how will they...
How they viewed, what's the Quran say about it?
Now, all men and women equally enter the paradise, and there is the concept of marriage again in the heavens, but there are no responsibilities, so women do go. And there's a concept of men who try and explore the concept of probably the houris in the heaven. Is that probably what you're trying to imply?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard
Okay.
things.
Yeah, but there's the whole concept of men and women entering the heaven, and then again there'll be, there is purity. So both men and women do enter the heaven and the paradise, and the marriages again there. You can be with your own partner that you were in this world. You can choose to be with the same partner that you were in this world with, or you can choose not to be with that partner and you can choose someone else. So the husband and wife do have a discretion again. These are according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet. So they can choose if they both were going to in the heaven, they can choose. And if they were not both going, then they will have another spouse. Men, for example, have the concept of houris, they get many other women, and likewise women have the concept of ghilman, for example, the houris and the ghilman. There are other heavenly creation like angels. That's the nearest term that I can come to in English. So the creation of angels, male and female angels in the heaven. So that's the basic concept. That will be for both men and women. Now that answers it. Yes.
Now the involvement of Islamic women in decision-making at family and community level, does that emanate from Islamic code of conduct or the people's cultural sector?
I didn't get the first part, sorry.
Say, not the involvement of women in decision-making at family level, as community level.
Yes.
Is that from the Islamic code of conduct or the people's cultural sector?
Many of the rulings Islam has clearly given, how the family, the whole family itself, how it is run. Islam has given certain responsibilities to both husband and wife. They have their own responsibilities and duties. Now, in a family nucleus, they will be if they choose to do certain, they choose their own responsibilities. The Holy Prophet, when he was marrying his daughter, he specified certain things for his daughter and certain things for his son-in-law. So the society itself, many of the things are cultural in the Islamic world, in many of the Muslim world. They choose themselves because of the society they're living in, that this is how they're going to live. And the culture takes over the religion. So many of the things are cultural. The Islam itself gives responsibility, and those responsibilities come with marriage. Did I answer? I'm not sure if I got the question. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
I was thinking, occasionally on the television you see women, presumably some of your mothers, having their heads chopped off. Is that an Islamic law or is that a cultural law?
Again, many of Muslim countries like Afghanistan, probably you're referring to, men also get their heads chopped off. This is nothing to do with Islam. It's not wives who get their heads chopped off. They are un-Islamic, completely un-Islamic, and they would probably give it a definition of Islam, what they do to men and women. It happens to, for different things. Islam will have a ruling on, for example, death sentence, it does exist in Islam. But how does it happen and how is it done? That's, not necessarily by the sword. But both men and women un-Islamically get killed in Muslim world or in many of the other countries as well, non-Muslim countries. So that happens not only just to women, and I think it happens more to men than to women. If there are probably, for every one woman that gets killed, there are probably 100 men who get killed outside, whose heads get chopped off. So you will find all sorts of barbaric things that are happening around the world. A lot of it is not Islamic, but probably the media, when it shows, it doesn't say if it is something happening in the name of Islam or something that is happening just, some people are doing it, it's a Muslim country, who are not even religious, who are not even practicing Muslims, who have carried out something, and this is their practice, nothing to do with Islam. But because the media will not have something exciting to say and tell them unless they exploited something, otherwise no one is going to watch it. So it's not as if this is a common practice. You should look at the row and the noise it makes in those countries. That's a lot more than what happens here. However, it still happens. So there are people who are unhumane. There's nothing to do with Islam. They don't have humanity in them. Who go on to practice certain things, do certain things, and they call themselves, they follow a religion, maybe Islam or another religion. So you see that all the time. That happens but these days the media would quickly point out something that happened in the name of Islam or Muslims, but they will not point out anything that happened in the name of another religion. So I think it gets caught very easily on the media. Any other questions?
In terms of marriage, you said that in Islam there's a contract between the wife and the husband. But is it that the contract can only be cancelled by the husband? So in other words,
yes, I understand. The divorce.
only men can divorce.
Okay, now marriage is a contract, is enough, but divorce is not a contract. It is one-sided. So the husband divorces, and the wife can demand divorce. And when she demands, he will divorce her. When he sees that it is a genuine case, then he will divorce her. So divorce is not a contract in the Islamic ruling. Now, a woman can, I don't want to encourage it too much, but at the time of marriage she can actually say that actually I'm taking that right. That if I do not wish to live with this man, then I will divorce him. But many times when people have encouraged these sort of things, I think the divorce rate has gone higher. Especially in this country now, the Muslims also have a very high divorce rate, more than 30%, unfortunately. I think even in also the Muslim countries now, because of the American culture coming through the films, the divorce is becoming very common, unfortunately. So in Asian world also, in the Hindus and the Muslims, there was no, in the subcontinent of India and Pakistan, there was no divorce. It was very minimal, less than 2%. But as the time is going by, and in the city life, the divorce rate is very high. Both men and wife very easily, very quickly divorce each other. Rather than saying that let's deal with the problems, they say let's get divorced. So it's an easy way out, and I don't think that is the solution. They should think before getting married rather than taking those rights and then divorcing. So divorce rate has gone up, I think, because of impatience. Sorry. Yeah?
Okay.
Sorry, yes. You had a question?
Yes, I do. I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that in Islamic law, if a woman is raped, that for the man to be convicted of rapist, there needs to be 4 male eyewitnesses, is this correct?
Not necessarily 4 male eyewitnesses, but 4, or if they're women, then there will have to be 2 women, something like that. So there are male and female witnesses that are accepted, but there have to be at least 1 man out of the 4 witnesses.
Okay.
Now, rape is one of the crimes in Islam which will probably have the death penalty on it. So it's a very serious crime, and anything that has serious consequences like death sentence will have very serious procedure for it to reach to that. The capital punishment has, to reach to the capital punishment, you would need